should they have made the cake and then they wouldn't have got into all this trouble in the first place?
It's a very difficult case, I think, because I wrote about it at the time and said that I sympathised with the bakery because they were a family business, and on their website they made no secret of the fact it was a Christian business, and they made no secret of what their values were. And there's no doubt that they were sought out to test the law, and that it wasn't just any old person coming in and ordering a cake. It was someone that wanted to test the equality and anti-discrimination laws. So you can see where both sides are coming from. And obviously in Northern Ireland, gay marriage is legal. And discrimination against people on grounds of their sexuality is illegal. So this was a test case, and so the bakery, in my opinion, was always going to lose. But nevertheless, I feel rather sympathetic towards them, because I would not like to see their business closed down, nor do I think they're bigots. I think that they have beliefs which we may or may not agree with. And it is a bit of a shame when testing out a law ends up in a situation that might drive people apart. It might have the opposite effect to what was intended. I've had so many rows with my gay friends about this who say, can't you see what they did wrong? And yes, I can see that what was wrong about it, but I also have tremendous sympathy for them.
They weren't discriminating against the person who came into the order.
No, they were standing by their religious beliefs.
They were standing by their beliefs. Obviously, the judge has said, you know, as much as I acknowledge their religious beliefs, it is a business and they have to provide a service to all, and the law says they must do that. So legally, like Janet said, they're wrong. But what do you think about it morally?
I think that their religious rights aren't being taken into account. I understand, you know, and completely support equal rights for everyone, but if they, for instance, if somebody went in and asked for a sexually explicit cake, it would be something that they would be uncomfortable with. Should they be forced to do that? You know, is that not? If they denied somebody that, are they not still doing the same thing? I think that everyone should be entitled to have their opinions, their views, and I think that everyone should be allowed to practice their religions. I mean, I'm a huge supporter of gay rights. I believe that people should be allowed to be who they are. You know, I believe in gay marriage, but I also understand that not everyone agrees with me, and that also should be okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Abby, we've got comments from you already, a lot of them in favour of the way that the judge has ruled this. Daniel says, fair is fair. It's a business. It's open for everyone for profit, not choice. In this day and age, all the lay, lesbian and community want is equal rights to everyone.
Well, they have got equal rights in law, but they can choose where they go to get their cakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's my point. And at the end of the day, if you went in somewhere and then 2 days later they said, we don't want to make your cake because of our beliefs and all that, you'd just never go back to that shop.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And you'd probably say to all your gay friends, don't go there. They're anti-gay and all that, boycott
But then he's standing up for the right, saying, but they shouldn't be allowed to say that. And they, you know, he's saying they've made me feel like a lesser person.
But then having said that, what about if somebody walked in, like Jamelia said, what if somebody walked in and said, right, I want a cake and I want the whole Islamic State on it and how I support it and how I support them killing our people. Yeah. Because it's a business, do they have to make it? And if they turn around and say, no, we're not making it,
possibly according to this, the law would be
that they'd have
yes,
to.
they'd have to, because you're providing a cake-making service. It's not up to you to decide what is on that cake or whether you believe it or not.
Well, if you look at another similar case, which was the Christian bed and breakfast, where they took a booking from a gay couple and then turned them down because they said, sorry, they'd made a mistake when they took the booking. They didn't want two gay men to share a bed because they were Christians, and they weren't happy with that. Now, that case has gone all the way to the European Court of Human Rights. It's been ruled one way and then the other, and then finally, after years and years of dispute, the European Court of Human Rights ruled in favour of the owners of the B&B. And I think it's still quite a grey area. If someone's got a religious belief and they don't want to make this cake, this case will be appealed. And I think that it's by no means cut and dried, and everything that we've all said shows how most people feel. You just think, oh, you know, Colleen's so right. If you are that upset, do you want to go to that bakery in the first place?
Yeah, well, the
Absolutely
bakery's
not.
manager, Daniel MacArthur, said they are extremely disappointed by the ruling and they are considering an appeal, so it might not be the last we hear about this one, so watch this space.